Ferrari says Leclerc accelerator issues was a mechanical problem. Austria Grand Prix of explosions and Ferrari deja vu. Verstappen had more competition to spice up the ongoing Formula 1 season, with Leclerc getting a dramatic win at the Austrian Grand Prix due to some problems. Welcome to F1 Freaks. By winning last Sunday, Leclerc cut Verstappen's championship lead to 38 points to revive his hopes, and it moves him back ahead of Red Bull's Sergio Perez to second in the standings. Leclerc's win was his first since the Australian Grand Prix, the third race of the season, back on April 10th. Since then, he has faced a brutal run of results, featuring 2 engine failures and 2 victories lost to strategy errors, as well as a start from the back, allowing Verstappen to build a significant advantage. His title hopes had been dashed by poor reliability. It nearly cost him here too, as his sticky throttle made life hard over the final 10 laps. But he was still able to hold off Max Verstappen's unusually sluggish Red Bull. The Ferrari's sticking throttle, the accelerator was not returning to zero when Leclerc lifted off, was also affecting the gearbox, as it refused to make some shifts because of the initial problem. But Leclerc managed the situation well, despite expressing nerves and concerns over the radio to take his first win since Melbourne. Leclerc said, "I was scared. I was really scared. It wasn't just a little bit stressful, it was very stressful. The throttle was really inconsistent, and it would get stuck, so in turn 3 it was very tricky, because that's where you don't want any more speed in the corner, but we managed to get the car to the end. I definitely needed that win. Whenever I got to a new race, I had a smile on my face, and I kept being optimistic. But obviously, hard races after hard races, it just felt like everything was against me. So finally, we had a breakthrough, a good race today, and it really feels good." This was Ferrari's most convincing result for 2 months, and their pace in the race, although unexpected, will increase their confidence that they can come back at the Dutchman over the remainder of the season. The relief was palpable in Leclerc's voice after the race, as he exhaled deeply before saying, "Yes, yes, I was scared. I was so scared." Once out of the car, he added, "The last 5 races have been incredibly difficult for me, but also for the team, and to finally show we have the pace in the car and can do it was incredibly important." Verstappen and Red Bull were the dominant force in sprint qualifying in Austria, yet Ferrari had a clear pace advantage come race day, marking a surprisingly quick turnaround in fortunes. As for where that improvement came from, Leclerc explained that he had been working on his driving between the sprint and the Grand Prix, with tyre management proving to be a crucial factor. "I worked quite a bit on my driving yesterday night, and I knew where to improve," said Leclerc, "especially on that medium tyre stint, to be able to up the pace but also the good management, and I think we've shown that perfectly today, which was great, and that's where we did the big difference in the race." Then on the hard tyre, yeah, we weren't quick, but there was no degradation, so everybody was quite a bit closer. But yeah, I'm very happy that the hard work of yesterday night paid off today. His fellow teammate didn't have such luck. Carlos Sainz was forced to retire when his engine went up in flames near the end. It was a dramatic and frightening moment for the Spaniard as he pulled up at the top of the hill at turn 3. He could not climb out of the car because it rolled backwards by taking his foot off the brake. There are no handbrakes in F1 cars, so as he tried to jump out with flames licking his behind, it started moving backwards. Quick thinking, Sainz reversed his fiery car against the barriers to stop it rolling back into oncoming traffic. He was forced to remain in the cockpit as the flames licked closer until marshals could place chocks beneath the wheels, allowing him to escape unhurt. Sainz's impressions were vivid when asked about the incident. "Fire, a lot of fire," he said, adding later, "The whole process was a bit slow, and at some point there was so much fire that I had to get a move on and jump out. It is definitely something we need to look at, how we could have done it a bit faster, because it was not an easy situation to be in." The mechanical problem that affected Leclerc could have been fatal to his chances of winning. The accelerator pedal was occasionally stuck. Memories of Baku would have been kicking around Mattia Binotto and co.'s minds when they suffered the double retirement there. Still, Leclerc was okay in the end. He nursed the Ferrari home and kept a hard-charging Max Verstappen at arm's length. A hugely relieved sounding Leclerc said on the team radio that he was scared that he would lose another certain win after retiring from the lead in Spain and Azerbaijan. When asked if the alarm bell started ringing after seeing Sainz's car go up in smoke, Leclerc admitted Ferrari's reliability record was on his mind. Yeah, weirdly, it was more or less at the same time, so of course, I had it in my mind, he admitted. I knew it was not a problem with the engine because it was really the pedal that was feeling weird. First at pickup and then at the end, it would not come back to zero, but luckily it went until the end of the race. The question after the race was what caused the throttle problems. Formula One cars have used electronic fly-by-wire throttles since the 90s. However, a physical fault appeared to lie behind Leclerc's problem, said team principal Mattia Binotto. We have yet to confirm it, but after the initial feedback, it looks like a mechanical problem, team boss Mattia Binotto explained. Mattia Binotto says he could not watch the end of the Austrian Grand Prix as Charles Leclerc battled technical problems. When asked by Sky Sports F1 about the Ferrari's issue, team principal Binotto conceded that he had to take his eyes off the action. Honestly, I don't know, Binotto said of the drama, which followed Carlos Sainz's engine failure. I heard about it, we looked at the data, but we need to wait for the car to come back and see if it was a mechanical problem or not. I stopped watching the race at that point. I can't share any further details at the moment, said the Ferrari team principal, sweating quite a bit during the race's closing laps. I have to admit that I was very nervous. Of course, I was also disappointed for Carlos Sainz. He retired due to engine problem, but I was so nervous in the meantime that I did not see the last 3 laps of the race. Binotto highlighted the importance of the victory following Leclerc's recent run of misfortune. I'm certainly very happy because now it's 2 wins in a row, in Silverstone and here in Austria. He continued, it was important for us to recover. It was important for us to come back after a few races where we were not winning but had the potential to win. The Ferrari team boss, however, cannot deny that despite Leclerc's win, he is not going to bed entirely happy tonight. Once again, the Italian team was plagued by engine problems. This time, it was Carlos Sainz who stalled just before the flag fell. It was a bit disappointing to have the failure on Carlos's car because it could have been an even better Sunday, he said. Binotto also reckons that Sainz's engine blow-up was likely the repeat of the same problem that put Leclerc out at Baku. Obviously, we need to look at what happened today, he said. Is it the same we had already in Baku with Charles? Very likely. It's certainly a concern, but the people back in Maranello are working very hard to try to fix things. Obviously, looking at what happened to Carlos, it has not been solved yet. But we have new elements, and I know how strong they are working and how good they are. I can count on them that it will be addressed very soon and hopefully as soon as possible. While congratulations are in order for Leclerc for winning the Austrian Grand Prix, worries should follow. Ferrari's reliability record is nothing to write home about, and it might cost them more in the long run. Either way, big ups to Leclerc for salvaging a win despite the mechanical issues. Thanks for watching. This brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click on the bell icons for notifications when we drop news and fresh Formula updates.